From the campus of BCIT Westampton, this is a sellout crowd as printed on the front door. We've got ourselves the semifinal round of Central Jersey Group 3 in boys basketball between the Ewing Blue Devils and the Westampton Tech Panthers. Hello everybody, I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters on the call. It's Wednesday night. It may be one of our final basketball games of the year, but there's no better time to be here in Westampton. A 21-8 Westampton Tech squad faces a 19-8 Paul Allen-led Ewing Blue Devils, who are the number 3 seed in Central Jersey Group 3. It's a straight 1 through 4 in Central Group 3 this year, with Lawrence and Middletown South on the other side of the bracket. Damian, my thinking, this is going to be a battle of the point guards tonight. Alex Genty for West Tech and Terrence Traylor for the Ewing Blue Devils.
Yes, absolutely. We saw Alexander Genty warming up, taking threes. I mean, he was knocking them down with true consistency. And you talk about Terrence Traylor, a.k.a. Bro for the people back home watching him. Shout out to Bro. Shout out to everybody from Ewing back home. They're definitely tuning in for this game. But he's definitely going to be a great guard to watch. And they're going to go back and forth. But if you want to ask me, Dan, I think it's going to be really big for BCIT inside. I mean, Christian Okoye, Henry Njoga. They've got Henry Njoga, very he's going to be playing the 4 tonight for the Panthers. Very able to space the floor, and he has a great shot on him. But Christian Okoye, he's able to get inside. Both of them able to get inside and create great looks for BCIT. And Coach Bird is going to be going to that. It's going to be a go-to look here.
Absolutely. And I mean, Ewing, they average just over 5 threes a game. They've made 141 as a team this season. But Terrence Traylor, we talk about him, what he's been able to accomplish. He's got 498 points this year. Not a lot of players can ever say that they've had a 500-point season, and Terrence Traylor's done exactly that. Over 1250 as his mark for a Ewing Blue Devil team. And for him, you know, again, he's got that quick speed. We saw him warming up. He's got a blazing speed. And what I like about him and what I like about Alex Genty in turn is that Alex Genty, he can knock down threes, but he can also drive inside, and he can create some offensive space. And then he'll use whatever move he wants to get to the basket, whether it's underhand lay, whether it's driving inside, whether it's making any kind of foul drawing move. There's a lot that he can do, and that's why Alex Genty is such a successful point guard. But for these two teams, these are two head coaches that have been with these respective programs for 5 years or fewer. Sechuayo Bird came over from Pennsauken to BCIT Westampton right around the turn of the end of COVID. And now Paul Allen's been here for 3 years now, and he's had no less than 17 wins in his 3 seasons here in Ewing. So a Ewing team that's played 2 double-digit teams in the seedings in the first 2 rounds, number 14 Brick Township and number 11 Northern Burlington. This is their biggest test yet, and it's going to be a fun one tonight.
Absolutely, it really is. You know, Ewing coming in, they haven't really had the to square face anybody, but making it hard to match up really for them. They've been able to just coast by. BCIT kind of had to fight against the wall tooth and nail. Central Jersey Group 3 has been a little bit more for them, but both of these teams, BCSL and CVC, ready to do battle and ready to see who is the better conference, who is the better team, who's going to move on.
It's going to be a fun one tonight. Again, winner of this game plays the winner of Lawrence and Middletown South, the 1v4 game. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters. We'll be back in a few minutes here from Westampton.
Number 3, senior Chris Thomas. And number 2, senior Terrence Trailer. And let's see those rally towels for your home team, West Tech Panthers. Number 24, senior Alex Genty. Number 21, senior Jason Livingstone. Number 4, senior Dane Maroney. Number 15, senior Henry Linjoga. And number 2, sophomore Tristan Dickerson. The athletic department welcomes everyone to our campus, and as all facilities are treated with respect. We ask everyone here to our policy of acceptable conduct. Please refrain from walking the playing surfaces at all times. Do not stand in doorways. Keep clear of all aisles and exits, and please do not eat or drink in the gymnasium. Failure to follow these guidelines may result in removal from the building. Thank you, and enjoy today's game.
All right, you just heard those starting lineups from the public address announcer. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters on the call. It was said very promptly and very large on the front door, this is a sell-out crowd. Not a single seat empty for the Central Jersey Group 3 semifinals, as we've got an excellent ball game waiting in the wings here on this Wednesday night. Vincent Focht is our producer for the evening. Ewing will be in their road white jerseys with the light blue secondary colors. West Tech will be in their home black jerseys with blue. So it's a lot of black, blue, and white tonight here in Central Jersey. Group 3, Burlington County versus CVC. Two teams under 10 losses on the season. It's going to be a fun one tonight. Livingstone and Stevenson under it for both sides. The tip is forced down. Ewing tries to get a hand on it. And how about this for an open lay to start the scoring? Ewing wasting no time as Christian Thomas gets that one to fall. 2-0 Blue Devils. Now immediately Njoga comes back. 2 baskets in 15 seconds. And it's 2-2.
And you can expect this one to be back and forth. I mean, 2 quick baskets. That was obviously a little bit of miscommunication there right off the tip to begin the game for Genty. And Chris Thomas, the post-football commit for Ewing, able to lay it in. And Njoga on the other side, 2-2 game.
Yeah, really quick baskets there to open. Really nothing that we could catch up with as, again, we had a bit of a technical difficulty. Your starting 5 for Ewing are Yazir Barnes, or check that, it is Haishan Cannon, and then Sean Robertson, Josiah Stevenson, Christian Thomas, and Terrence Trailer, the point guard we mentioned in the open. After the jump ball, Ewing will inbound this one.
And they're going to have, Ewing's really going to have a tough time inside. Number 12, Josiah Stevenson, and also, like you said, number 10, Sean Robertson, the big guy. Both of the big guys down here for the Blue Devils. It's just going to be a tough time dealing with height-wise.
That basket too strong that time. That'll be rebounded by Cannon. Now Ewing will go up the right side of the floor, passing across. Over to the left side now. Cannon wanted to take a 3. Livingstone hounding the defender, hounding the point guard Trailer at the top of the key. As we said, 498 points for the senior going into this game. Just needs 2 points for a 500-point season. Nothing there, but a nice putback, falls just short. And then Njoga using some bold shoulders to get that one away. That ball is blocked on the 3 by Genty. Now another scramble in a game that's already going to be incredibly physical tonight. And after 2 quick baskets in the first 15 seconds, now a lull on the offense. Here comes a deep 3. Good.
Another basket. Chris Thomas committed to Post University to play some football, but doing it here on the 94 feet and getting the steals, Thomas.
Yeah, here comes another one. Thomas goes up, left hand, can't get the roll, and it comes out. Genty gets it along the floor, picks it up at half court, and he'll get fouled. Contact that time from Haishan Cannon. And with 5:45 left in the first, we got our first foul on the floor tonight. Again, this is going to be such a physical game. I think the referees are going to try to set the precedent as best as they can. Try to make sure that these guys are holding their own and not getting too far out of hand. We didn't mention it in the open, but these two teams played last year, and Ewing upset them in Central Group 3 quarterfinals. It was an 11-point win. It was 46-35 as that ball goes. Livingstone's got his first points of the night. 5-4 Ewing on the right side. Faking into the corner, and Genty picks up a foul there. Some contact beyond the three-point line. But yeah, I mean, listen, Ewing and West Tech have played 3 times in the last 15 years. Ewing has won them all. And before 2025, it was 2017 and 2011. But the one we're going to highlight is last year's matchup. These teams, again, it was a 6v3. Ewing came into this gym, and they beat West Tech, again, by 11 points to get to the Central Group 3 semifinal. So all that means is that both of these teams got better in the last year, and they're going to get ready for another very tough matchup. Ooh, we've got, what do we have here? One ref is saying it's out of bounds, the other saying it's jump ball, and Sechuayo Bird had signaled for a timeout, but with how thunderingly loud the gym is, the referees did not hear it. We saw that with Matt Wolf and Lenape when we saw them on Saturday. He was quite upset over the fact that there was a timeout that he had called, but it was not granted. Moving on the right side. I mean, listen, most of what I can hear is Ewing's cheerleaders. They are out and about tonight, really. This is how it is. This is a playoff atmosphere. There's nothing like it. Going out to the top. Trailer goes in. Contact, and Joga stops him. Can't get it there. Now this one's going to go up the floor for West Tech. Genty up the right side. Running out of room. Can't get it to fall off the baseline. It'll go back to Njoga. The big man puts up a 3. No good. And a little bit early, but getting the rebound nonetheless is Josiah Stevenson. Again, these two teams are going to be utterly physical all night. Jump stop, foul. As he was on his way down, contact there on Christian Thomas.
And you speak to the physicality. Like you said, these two teams are going to be physical, but if you feel like for Ewing, it's kind of something that has to happen. I mean, let's see. Down low, you're dealing with a 6'8" Christian Okoye, a 6'5" Henry Njoga, and then also, I didn't mention in the pregame, but also a number 21, a 6'6" Jason Livingstone. So it's going to be really, really hard for guys down low.
Scramble, jump ball, he rips it away. Man. Again, that physicality on full display there. Javon Ford going toe-to-toe that time. Ewing 6-1 in the CVC. Colonial started off the season 5-0. Their only loss in December was to Thrive Charter, another BCSL school, and a divisional opponent of West Tech. That one gets too strong, and Joga missed an easy layup, and Ewing will get the possession back. But they had a handful. I mean, listen, the losses that they had were almost all to good opponents. Trenton, 70-57. Paul the 6, 64-45 rather. Camden Eastside and Winslow in early February. Ewing, no stranger to South Jersey opponents as well. As that triple is going to stay in bounds. They're going to say it did not hit the wire in just the top of the backboard. Ford with a stop pass, can't get it. Ball gets batted around in the air, and it'll go back to the Blue Devils. Wide open on the floor. Blocked by Genty.
Oh my goodness!
He sent this gym into a frenzy. Now Ford on the other end of the floor, can't get it to fall, and a foul on the way down. Wow. Genty chased him all the way out of town. And it stays at 5-4 after 2 very quick baskets. We have hit an extreme scoring lull. You can see the referee was talking to Trailer and Genty, maybe some issues between the two.
I was watching them down the court that time. After the foul on the overback by Genty, a lot of jarring going on. And you put a note to that. It's going to be a really, really hard 32 minutes between those two guards.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the showcase of the point guards. Genty and Trailer coming into this game with nearly 1,250 points. He's, again, 498 in his senior year. That ball gets tipped away by Livingstone. He's given him a lot to handle. He passes it through, and it gets intercepted. West Tech gets it back, but Ewing gets it back again. Oh my goodness, 3 possessions turned over in a short time span, and Livingstone fires it off the glass. What a run. West Tech with the lead, 6-5.
And you know what, Dan? Don't be surprised if you see a lot of that.
Moving up, that one's blocked by Livingstone. Ewing basketball, 2:48 left in the first.
I can't give you too much color, Dan. There's too much happening. I gotta let you go.
We gotta breathe a little bit. Somebody call a timeout.
Absolutely.
Spill a little Gatorade on the floor. Long 2 from the baseline. No good that time. Taken by number 12 in Josiah Stevenson. Trailer goes for the swipe. Can't get it there. Going up. That one's good. Basket falls that time for West Tech and Tristan Dickerson, the sophomore. His first points of the night. It's 8-5.
And that's a great frame for only a sophomore. Class of 2028 guy.
Ooh, they're going to call a jump ball. West Tech wanted a travel. I would have called that an up and down, but I'm also at the top of the bleachers. I think the ref that was on the baseline had a better view of that one, especially from behind, to see if there was enough contact with the basketball to initiate the jump. But they're going to sub out of the game. Well, first of all, they're going to sub in Haitian Cannon, and they're going to sub out Josiah Stevenson as that one gets the roll. Falls that time for Thomas. 8-7. Ewing down by 1. That ball pops out. Goes back to West Tech. Dickerson over to the right side. Jump stop. Gets the move on the Euro. Bit of a complicated one at that, but DeWill Andre, the sophomore, gets the basket. 10-7.
Great use of the jump stop there.
Now taking his time. Cannon fires a cannon. Now moving around the world. Open look. No good on the 3. That ball gets batted around. Unable to save it. His right foot was out of bounds, and he crashes into the boards. This will be inbounded by West Tech after Sean Robertson unable to get the save. unable to get it.
And that's the thing about Paul Jones. Still has Robertson in the game, has made substitutions for everybody.
This one goes up, block, foul! Sean Robertson was oh so close to an all-ball block, but instead there will be contact called by the referees, and we'll have our first foul shooting of the game from Jason Livingstone.
Now, I was going to say for Coach Jones has made substitutions for everybody except for Traylor and Robertson. I was going to say Robertson may be a little bit tired, but he showed some athleticism right there, be able to get up. Did get called for the foul, though, but it was a really, really great block attempt right there.
First shot good by Jason Livingstone. That's his 500th career point. He's 45 for 102, though, from the line. A little bit below average, but considering he's a big man, he's definitely had his work cut out for him. That ball gets tipped around again. Back to Traylor. Moving over. Ewing with possession. Stepping back now, moving in is Thomas. He'll fire out for 3. No good. Rolls over the glass that time for Jeremiah Upshur. Minute 15 left in the first. 12-7. 5-point lead for West Tech. Foul called in the three-point corner.
I think this will go against Cannon. Sean Cannon, who's battling down low with Livingstone at BCIT.
That'll be Cannon's second foul, team's third. Both teams have 3, and we'll have another 1-for-1 sub. Stevenson in for Cannon, the inverse of what we saw a few minutes ago from Paul Jones on the bench. They'll pass to Njoga beyond the half-court line. 1 minute remaining in the first.
Height needs to be utilized here for the Panthers. Or maybe not. This is a great drive.
Just a great way to get through everybody. Like a hot knife through butter. DeWill Andre gets that basket, and it's now 14-7. 7-point lead for West Tech. Moving inside. And West Tech with that half-court trap, but no match for Ewing that time as Sean Robertson gets the basket inside, taking advantage of the trap, just really going through those guys like in an obstacle course. Really great way of utilizing that trap. There's some offenses who do really well in that kind of defensive setup, and that was a perfect example of it right there. Now at half court, one-on-one, Andre leans in, can't get it. 15 seconds, goes back to the Blue Devils. He'll stop at half court. Again, guarded by Andre. 8 seconds on the board. Stopping at the semicircle. Hello! Oh, he didn't get the shot. It goes out of bounds. I heard your reaction from a mile away, Damian. Oh, my goodness. That would have been masterful if he got that shot off.
Yes, it would have, Dan.
The heart stopped in this gym for a second. 3 seconds on the board. They'll get the inbound off. It'll be a high pass. Brought back out to Ewing. He'll chuck it up with a 1.5 seconds. It's no good. But Westampton leads Ewing 14-9 at the end of the first. Here from Central Jersey, Group 3, the semifinal. Winner plays either the Lawrence Cardinals or the Middletown South Eagles. We'll take a break. 14-9 after 1. Welcome back here from Westampton Tech. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters. Vincent Focht of Camden County College is our producer. It is a 14-9 game here between West Tech and Ewing. 5-point lead for the Panthers. Here in this one, we've seen some highlight reel moves so far, but we will see if that can translate to offensive basketball, because honestly, after seeing 2 baskets in 15 seconds, a breakaway by each team in Joga and Thomas, thought we were going to see a lot higher scoring of a first frame, but the offense has settled down. They kind of closed in on their weaknesses, and now a scramble falling on it, gets away, saved by Stevenson. But the point is that Ewing and West Tech are both going to have to channel their greatest strength to get ahead in this game. Cannot rely on secondary attributes as that ball just rattles out. And the rebound, great stuff that time by Tristan Dickerson. He'll take it himself up the floor, reverse with the right hand.
Man, oh man. Tristan Dickerson, the fake pass, able to go up and under the defender, able to get that bucket down. Man, it's great. That was just a great transition there for the Panthers.
And some more great passing up the floor, taking advantage of West Tech's double guarding, as that will be Ewing ball. Bird disagrees with it. They'll say there was a touch made. Ewing will keep possession. Also on the floor for the Blue Devils is number 22, Josiah Andino, the sophomore. Moving this one back. Calling the play is Traylor. He'll try to get a hook, and he will hook it out to the top of the key. Back to Christian Thomas. Only 2 points yet for West Tech here in the second. Passes it up to the left side. Passes it in. Ball comes out, semicircle. Oh, unlucky roll. It was going to take a victory lap, but then it ended up crashing out of the net. Now here comes a steal, breaking away. Left hand foul, and one. Christian Thomas puts up double digits for the Blue Devils team, and we'll see a chance for a 3-point play with Thomas. He's got 9 points so far.
And they kind of have Christian Thomas at the point. Kind of alternates between him and Traylor, but because of the matchups and the size advantage that they've been able to see with Thomas, he's currently he's being guarded by the shorter guard for BCIT, the junior Javon Ford. He's being able to take advantage of that. Absolutely beautiful as they sub Ford out of the game.
Yeah, in place of Javon Ford will be Damian Moraine, the senior, 6'3", 170.
BCIT going all height as they submarine into the game. All height on the court now for the Panthers.
That basket is good by Thomas as he converts the 3-point play. 16-12, 4-point lead. West Tech still continuing to blaze this one up the floor. He'll put up a three. No good from Dickerson. It'll go back to Ewing this time. Passing it to the left side now. Firing out to the near corner. Again, a lot of dynamic passing here from the Blue Devils. Moving this one in is Thomas, fading away from the semicircle, no good. Another pass out to the right side. West Tech double guarding, flying in, high off the glass, no good. Second chance, maybe even more so. They'll get another. And Joga goes in, tries to lean in for the block, but no good. Sean Robertson.
So much contact on that first one, but they let the block go.
It's old school basketball tonight in Westampton.
Yes,
that one
it is.
Goes. Not a lot of shooting fouls going to be called as that one goes for DeWill Andre, number 11. 18-14. Now the offenses are both starting to ramp up for these teams, but a lot of inside shooting except for that one, and it's no good. And Sechuayo Bird not happy with a no call there, as a little slow to get up that time is Dickerson.
And quite honestly, Dan, nobody on that Panther bench was excited with that call, but that's something you can see from Sechuayo Bird and his Panther coaching staff, is they really they value their kids playing good basketball, and they're going to ride for their kids on certain calls that they feel as if it's not right.
Absolutely, they are going to guard and stand up for their team. If they feel like it's not right, they're going to say something. This one's going to go up. Dickerson didn't get anything there, and no good a second time. Third time could be the charm, and it is. Basket's good by Javon Ford off the bench, 20-14.
Know your size, know where you're at, put the floater up over everybody. If it's coming down and gets blocked, it's a goaltend. You still get the 2 points on the scorecard.
Moving over to the right side. Sellout crowd on this Wednesday night here in Burlington County. Ewing making the 30-ish minute trip from Mercer County to get down here. Nice move, back to the top of the key, puts up a three, good!
Needed, absolutely needed.
And a full timeout to be called by Coach Jones, as it's 20-17. Ewing cuts down the lead with a triple from the top of the key. 1 minute, we'll be back in just a moment. Westampton 20, Ewing 17. Welcome back. Westampton and Ewing with a section partitioned off for their cheerleading groups. Both have been very vocal tonight, as Ewing coming out of the timeout, first of the day, called by Paul Jones. 19-8, 6-1 in the CVC Colonial. Let's take a look at how both teams got here. I mean, taking a look at the first round and quarterfinal brackets for both of these teams, Ewing has had to play two double-digit seed teams. They played Brick Township, took care of them in the first round, and then beat 11th seed Northern Burlington at home in their second round game. And Northern Burlington, definitely a very underrated team in the BCSL. And then for West Tech, 15 seed Middletown North and 7 seed Burlington Township in their games here in the first and second rounds. But it's all come down to this. Again, a revenge game for West Tech. Lost by 11 to Ewing in the quarterfinal round of last year's Central Group 3 tournament. Ewing was a 6 seed, West Tech was a 3, so both teams inherently got better between last year and this year. That ball hits off the back of a Panthers player, moving up left side, it's good. Basket falls for Terrence Traylor, and it's a 1-point game, 4:15 left in the first half.
Yeah, you can welcome Bro into the game. Terrence Traylor now on the board, and he's into it, playing active defense. Oh my God, look at BCIT with these passes.
And with that basket by Traylor, that means that's 500 points in the senior season of Terrence Traylor, as that one goes for DeWill Andre. We were talking about the offenses taking a little while to heat up. Now they have, but the defenses have gotten just as good as that's a turnover. Misses on the basket. Now moving, scramble, turned over, goes back to Ewing. Up the left side, almost got the block, didn't get it there. West Tech moving, tries to draw a charge. No good there, and it's good. How about that one that time? West Tech gets it up from Diakel Clark. Third scorer off the bench so far for the Panthers.
I just think that's something that we could see very, very well into this game. When we see those scrambles like that, the ball's going to Ewing, ball's going back to BCIT, it'll come down to height.
And we've got a foul. Taking a bit of a hard tumble that time. Taking a couple seconds to get up off the floor is Terrence Traylor, but it's the second foul against Ewing. Or rather against West Tech. And at the line will be Traylor, who took, again, some heavy contact going up to the basket. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first attempt. You can book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman at 614 Lambs Road, just minutes from Route 55. 3 minutes, 16 seconds left in quarter number 2 here from Westampton, New Jersey. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters. If you'd like to make a contribution to Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, anything is incredibly appreciated. You can send anything you'd like to our Venmo at DW Broadcasting. No spaces, no hyphens. But most of us, if not all of us, are college students on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, myself included. I'm a second year at Rowan College of South Jersey, trying to advance my career in sports media. My producer, Vincent Focht, second year as well at Camden County College. He works with the 91.5 WDBK radio station. So if you'd like to send anything you'd appreciate to our Venmo at DW Broadcasting, it would be incredibly appreciated for travel costs, equipment expenses, and taking care of our crew here on DWB. A little bit of contact there. Not sure what they weren't looking for as that one goes for Ewing.
It's been a lot of missed calls.
From Upshur.
It's been a lot of missed calls.
Michael Upshur got the basket that time. Jeremiah Upshur had the three that sent us to timeout earlier in the quarter, and we're going to have an over and back called. Setsuayo Bird is livid. The referee trying to give him an explanation.
It's not the right call. It's not the right call. He didn't come over. He didn't come over until BCIT's half and go back on his own. The ball was tapped into the back half and he picked it up. It's not the right call.
Yeah, I think right there, again, possession wasn't clearly set as that one's blocked. We saw it, all ball. Scramble. Coming up with it is BCIT. Here comes West Tech, Livingstone, foul. Livingstone got hit on his way up, and he'll go to the line for two.
When we say packed house, we mean packed house, Dan.
When we showed up, when I got here at, well, it's a 5 o'clock tip. I got here at like 3:45 today. They had big red and white signs that said sold out. You will not be admitted unless you've already bought a ticket. First shot no good, 24-22, and Joga checks into the game for Diakel Clark.
And you can only wonder if that is going to be Setsuayo's Bird, his game plan when it comes to being down low. The complete rotation of number 21, Jason Livingstone, 15 in Jogba, and as well as number 6'8", Christian Okoye, who's sitting on the bench right now, just rotating those bigs in inside to be able to play down low against Stevenson and Robertson for the Blue Devils. Yeah,
listen, we've seen plenty of players 6'8" and above as that three is airballed. It goes out of bounds. Ricardo Johnson out of Vineland, the 7'2" guy out of Paul Sixth. You know, there is a decent amount of tall guys in South Jersey. There was one kid out of Middle Township. If you're 6'8" and you're not playing valuable minutes, it's definitely there's an underlying cause as to it. Setsuayo Bird, you know, he may be somebody who draws into a lot of foul trouble. He may be somebody that doesn't have, you know, maybe the best shooting. Maybe somebody that needs more development. And in a playoff game, you can't take risks with subbing in players and giving developmental players, you know, valuable minutes.
I agree 100%.
You know, it's why we talk about, Lynn Sanity runs, Jeremy Lin or Caleb Martin or, Jaime Jaquez, whoever because we're Sixers fans, Michael Carter Williams. Listen, even though opening night or regular season basketball warrants those great stories, it only comes alive in the postseason out of necessity.
Absolutely.
Not out of experimentation or out of wonder. So, if you've got a guy that tall and he's not playing, if he's not starting for you, then Tetuayo Bird is taking a conservative approach and not really betting on the wonder projects that West Tech may have.
Yep.
Both shots go for Ewing, and it's 25-24.
It's greatly said.
At half court that time. Really close game here. Winner of this game plays the winner of Lawrence and Middletown South. That ball gets up, and Njoga tries to get it away. There's hacky sack in the two-point line, and Njoga foul. Paul Jones vehemently disagrees.
I mean, Paul Jones livid. Tetuayo Bird livid. It's not like, one team is getting these calls and the other team is not. Both of these squads are, trying to have their conversation with the referees, trying to see what the refs see here, but, before the last two quarters, which will be obviously important going into a very, very close game.
Absolutely. It's been a pretty nice first half. These two teams have been extremely physical. I can feel the energy in the room tonight. That's the one thing that, my main sport is baseball. My number one sport is baseball. You don't get an atmosphere like this in a baseball game. You hear the birds. You hear the sounds of spring and summer. You just hear cold-hearted basketball tonight. As Livingstone up off the glass, he's got 11. 5-point lead and a 4-0 run for the Panthers. 29-24. They'll inbound with a minute left and a half.
And if they do plan to bring Okoye back into the game, this could get really, really dangerous in the last two halves.
Oh, look out. Man. It gets turned over. West Tech was pressing it full court. Blocked. All ball. It'll go up for Traylor. Crosses over to the left. Ball gets batted up, and a foul is called. 43 seconds left. Again, referees putting their foot down tonight.
Yes, they are. And not too much of an explanation is given as well. Calls are calls.
Yeah, if you're a referee, especially in a playoff game, you have no obligation to, you can explain as much as you want, but there's only so far you can go before you have to get back to business. And
absolutely,
a referee that has a coach in his ear and listens to it, it's just like an umpire with a parent in his ear. They can't take too much mind to it. They just have to call strictly business.
Yep.
Good spin around. Traylor going out to the corner with a good pump fake back out. Now moving in. This one will go out to the right side. Got 12 on the clock. Another crossover. Contact on the baseline. Moving back out to the top. Another slow pass. 6 seconds. Inside. Pressure's on. Out of bounds. West Tech ball. Listen to this crowd. That was a perfect defensive stance.
The roar.
Ended with a turnover. There's not a lot of teams that are going to have that kind of awareness, and West Tech is one of them. Got 4 seconds. They'll advance up the floor, spinning around. He's got a second. Gets it off. No good. And after heavy contact in that final possession, Westampton goes to the halftime break with a 5-point, 29-24 lead here in the semifinal round of Central Jersey Group 3. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 10 minutes right after this.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization? Sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place, and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been a mainstay for where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Yeah! It's your boy Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Oman, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear. Woo!
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research.
To end the day for Luke Pokrovsky. Little pop-up, first base side, he calls for it, and for the first time in 33 years, the Charlotte Cougars will hoist the trophy and face Middlesex on Monday. 4-3, Cougars win it. And in the battle of green and gold, the trophy stays true with the visitors. What a finish! And Shalleck will pack their bags for Middlesex and the Blue Jays when the weekend turns around to Monday. Epplite, he's, again, one time leaving the bases loaded is frustrating enough. Doing it twice in a row. Oh, how about this? Line drive. No, he's throwing it around the infield. They're going to throw him out at first. He's out. I have never seen that before. That is a 5-4-3 ground out because the third baseman thought he caught it. The home plate umpire said no, so he threw it around the infield and then got the out at first anyway because the batter thought he was out.
Yeah, the batter stopped. The third baseman thought
Everybody
he caught
stopped.
it, and it touched.
And Argabright with a full count. Outfielders in communication for the Quakers. Everyone's looking around in a tie game, bottom of the sixth. The 3-2 payoff. Ground ball. It's going to get over the head of Tolbert into left field. That's a base hit. 2-run score. Argabright delivers when asked. 5-3. Alex Argabright has given the Golden Eagles a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the sixth inning.
So after the holding call to be 1st and 20, as now rolling out to the right side, he's got a little bit of room to run on a QB rush. He's going to get a first down. There's no flags, and how about this for 61 yards? Anthony Gaetano with a QB rush that works to perfection. He hugs the sideline, and Anthony Gaetano gets the scoring started for the Red Hawks at 7-6.
Jack Mostero, 2 for 3 with a strikeout, a double, and a single. Looking to play hero. He's going to line this one into right center field, and that's going to drop. That's going to do it if they don't get a throw down. Mostero's going to second, and Danza's coming home. Sectional champions, Gloucester Catholic. They do it in a walk-off fashion as GC with Mostero playing hero. An unbelievable. They've been here twice, and they're about to score, or on the doorstep of scoring 50 for the second game in a row. Xavier Terry Brown. He is still on his feet. He's being shoved forward into the end zone. But who's got the ball? Look at Jason Solomon. The ball magically appeared in Woodbury's hands, and now they're back at the 50. This one's going back. This one's going to go to the distance. I don't see any flags. Did that just go for 100 yards? I think it did. I do not see any flags as Woodbury. Oh my goodness, Jason Solomon have a day. He is the first man not named Taylor to score. Wow, that was good. Welcome back to the second half of coverage here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting of the Central Jersey Group 3 semifinals in boys basketball. Westampton Tech leads Ewing 29-24. I just want to say before we get back going, I want to send a sincere thank you to everybody as we reached 5,000 YouTube subscribers today. I was at just over 3,000 around this time last year. So the fact that we were able to grow this extensively, this fast, cannot thank you all enough, especially the schools, the athletic directors, the coaches that have us out to cover their games, especially when we don't make a lot of money off of this company, and it is certainly something that I've put a lot of hours into. So your support and your continued support of us covering South Jersey athletics is something that I have extreme gratitude for. So as we go into the second half, though, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for helping us reach that milestone today. As we go into the second half, though, Westampton Tech leads by 5. It has been a lot of physicality and a lot of defense on both sides, but the offense has cracked through at some points. Jason Livingstone with 11 points, Chris Thomas with 10 for Ewing, but there's been a lot of inside shooting and only 2 3-pointers made across both teams.
Yeah, I mean, you got to really give props to Ewing. You know, they kind of were playing a little bit better than BCIT was during some minutes in the second quarter, as Njoga gets fouled right there. But to something that's really that they're going to have to pick up a lot, I feel like Ewing is their 3-point shooting. It's not really because that they're in the position right now in the game that they have to do it, but it's because it's something that's been so comfortable for them. Like you said, like we talked about, five 3-pointers made for the Blue Devils per game this year so far, and only 1 for them so far in this game. So
Njoga makes his first shot. By the way, the most recent update we have on the 1 versus 4 game, Lawrence leads Middletown South 15-11 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter is underway now in Mercer County. So if Ewing wins this game, it'll be an all CVC final on Friday night. But if Westampton Tech wins, well, were you at Holy Cross for when Lawrence and Westampton Tech played?
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
For those unfamiliar, Westampton Tech played Lawrence on February 1st at the Holy Cross Showcase, and Lawrence had a game-winning buzzer beater to beat West Tech 50-48. If those two meet in a sectional final, oh my goodness, that is going to be cinematic. Absolutely. On Friday night.
Man, I didn't even think about that. That's gonna be great.
It just dawned on me too. Lawrence and West Tech. But, of course, Middletown South still has a fighting chance as well. As this one goes up, blocked. Westampton with a 7-point lead, 31-24, bringing this one down the floor. It'll get turned over, out of bounds.
Even though BCIT wants to move quick to kind of put that cushion under themselves to kind of get away here and, get up into the double digits of leads. Sean Stevenson down low for the Blue Devils is really going to have to be better with his decision making.
This one goes over to the left side for Ewing, gets swatted away. It'll go out of bounds. Getting patted by Damian Moraine. Wow. 1 minute gone in the third. Ewing holding on here. Guarded by the point guard, Genty. Gets a screen. He'll get some room on the right side, but not for long. Doubling up on the ball. Moving out to the corner is Cannon. On the baseline, travel call.
And that was a lot of the credit to the Damian Moraine behind him, able to kind of just give that back leg just a little push, make that 2-step or make that stuck in that triple threat, move that pivot foot, travel. Great defense.
Moving over the middle, now to the left side, creating some space. Firing it over from Moraine, saving it at half court is Genty. Back to the same song, but no good on the 3. Rebounded by Ewing. It'll go to Terrence Traylor. What'd you say his nickname was? Boo Boo?
Bro.
Okay.
Yeah, they love Bro out there.
I've never covered Ewing before.
No, you're all good.
Moving over the middle there. Here comes Dickerson. Underhand flip, blocked by Ewing. Trying to hang on to it there. Down is Dickerson. Ewing playing with an advantage until Dickerson catches up on the floor. This one goes up, can't get it. Second shot was off the glass. Third shot, no good. Fourth, foul. It was going to end with something, and it ends up ending with a foul called as Josiah Stevenson got hit on the way up. First foul by West Tech in this quarter.
Coach Jones very, very happy that the referees are able to see a lot more contact down low, but he's still a little bit displeased with his 5 on the floor, inability to move around. That time, when you want those rebounds, you want to fight heavy, but you need guys to be able to space the floor and get into good sets so you don't get into situations like that.
First shot from from Stevenson is good. Second chance is also good. 31-26, and honestly, Ewing may have to rely on fouling West Tech, or rather on being fouled by West Tech getting up there, drawing some contact, moving those shoulders around, create your footprint as big as possible as Njoga gets the roll. But Ewing may have to rely on that low post offense where, you know, they may have to lean in to West Tech a few times, draw those fouls, you know, sway the Zebras a little bit, get yourself to the foul line. 33-26. Back to the top, it'll go out to the left for Traylor. He only has 3 points tonight. You know, one thing that we didn't really mention is that even though he is a near 20 points per game scorer as a senior, he has been mostly shut down in the playoffs. Had 9 points, 5 assists versus Brick Township, had 11 versus Northern Burlington. Way below average, but Traylor gets it back there, and you've seen that, you know, West Tech's defense has been lasering in on that leading scorer, so it has been a little bit of a different archetype that Ewing has followed tonight. Here comes a three, and Njoga off the mark. Not sure if I like the three there, but it goes up the left side, back to Ewing, back to Traylor. He'll move up to the top, back out to the corner for Cannon. Couldn't get the three. Cannon fires in, gets the offensive rebound, blocked. He'll bring it back again, and rolling all the way out beyond the three-point line. Traylor moving at half court, moving to the right side. Can't get anything there. Underhand flip inside the semicircle, and Genty was in the wrong place at the wrong time as they'll draw the foul.
And I really, really like that on the defensive side for Seshwayo Bird. If everything is in pace, everything's moving slowly, a man-to-man defense is being played, he doesn't want to rush anybody. But as soon as Ewing starts to throw in those passes across court, this corner to that corner, this wing to that to the top of the key, the corner to this side of the baseline, if you're going to pressure yourself and throw those crazy passes, we're going to have guys scramble out and cover you, and now you have to make quicker decisions.
Absolutely. 4:28 left in the third quarter. By the way, Lawrence leads Middletown South 33-25 at the halftime break. Again, that is who if Lawrence wins, that is who the winner of these two will play. I mean, again, Lawrence, the number 1 seed, you give them the favorite, but you either get a CVC rematch or you get a rematch of a game that went down into our DWB Classics playlist in early February. That long two, way too strong. He gets a takedown. Uh-oh, we might have some trouble here. Got some guys getting into it on the bottom. Right in the middle of that attack was Sean Robertson and Dykel Clark. Referees are going to get everybody separated. And a little bit of a scrum there. Referees are talking it over. I wonder if they're discussing whether to assess a tee or, I mean, listen, there was a lot of momentum going on there, but I think the referees can make the argument that there was too much contact and that it was forced. So we have a foul, no technical, and the foul will obviously be on the floor. It'll be the second against Dykel Clark. Wow. What do you think should have been called there?
I thought I saw a jump ball. I feel like there was enough four hands on the ball before everything started to fall down a little bit. That it was enough time for a jump ball, definitely.
This one gets away, goes out to the corner, chucks up a three, side iron. Ball rattles away, but Genty's got it back. West Tech bringing it up. He'll get stopped, and we'll have a foul as Genty got wiped out on the floor. Foul is called against Traylor. It's Ewing's second. And his first.
Yeah, really good
They're
thing.
Adjusting the spot of the inbound to the baseline.
A really good thing for Ewing is that they've been able to play smart defense. I haven't seen a lot of man-to-man defense here, though. Both teams in zone. Both teams in zone.
Or in a trap.
Yeah, yes.
When it comes to their full court set, the trap has been, you know, a staple of West Tech and a little bit of Ewing as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful trap,
Njoga
too.
with a nice move, but hits the front of the iron. 5-point lead for West Tech, 3:51 left in the third. Moves it over to the top. Moving around the top of the key on top of the Panther logo. Moving inside on the corner of the semicircle. Back out to the top. Fires inside. Cannon has to dangle on the pivot foot. Moves back out. Moving it around the world again. He'll find Cannon again after the pass from Thomas. Traylor. Back to Traylor. Back to Cannon. Ball comes out. Being pile driven on the floor is Njoga. This one goes up. Too short. Ball comes out. More contact. Ford able to hang on to it just barely. That pass gets intercepted.
Oh, wow.
Look out for the Blue Devils. Foul from behind. That was a pretty hit. That was a pretty hard hit right there.
Very hard hit.
And he's hurt. And Coach Jones, I think, is very rightly upset about the call. And he is in some pretty deep pain. Christian Thomas, who will get up. Yeah, he's going to get up under his own power here.
That was a hard hack on that foul there.
That's 4 fouls against Alex Genty. Just looking up at the scoreboard here. I mean, listen, Dame, you were at Glassboro and Kip on Monday night. We were talking about Xavier Saab, who had 4 fouls in the first half, eventually was fouled out of the game, with one of the reasons why Kip Cooper won that game. But now a partially injured Christian Thomas is going to go to the line, and he's going to shoot 2 foul shots after a very hard foul by the Panthers and by Alex Genty. First shot is good.
Can't lose your head. Can't lose your head. And, to compare teams, Glassboro, very, BCIT, a lot more squad heavy, a lot more depth on the team than Glassboro was, but obviously Xavier Saab, a star on that Bulldogs basketball team. Alexander Genty, a star on this Panther basketball team. You can't lose your head.
This one's going to be an offensive rebound. They're going to set it up on the right side, back to the top. They'll pump fake twice. They'll pump fake 3 times. Ewing still with possession, keeping everyone guessing on their next move. One will go out to the top after the pass, and what do we have here? We've got something going on over in the corner of the stands. The referees just stopped play. A couple of Ewing coaches just went over. I can't exactly tell. That was number 20. There's number 20 for Ewing, Jackson Carter. So our camera only goes so high, I can't really see what's going on over there. But there is something that warranted the refs to stop play, although they're going to get ready to inbound this. Really confused what was going on. The Westampton police were over there. I don't know if he was receiving attention from the trainer and they needed them to move. I'm not sure what was going on there.
Yeah,
but we resume with 2:47 left. Goes out to the top, out to the right now. Jeremiah Upshur over to the corner for 3. Gone!
Needed. Absolutely needed.
Jason Carter, triple.
Absolutely needed. Check into the game, hit a 3. Number 30, Jason Carter. Going to check and make a difference here.
By the way, Jackson Carter, looking back at it now, he was limping off the floor. He was hurt. So they put in a substitution for him. Can't get anything there. 2:15 left. 33-32. Trailer, right side, same song. No good on the second chance. Now moving up again. Stopping on it. Open look. Wide open. Misses the 3. Door is open for Ewing. They trail by 1. Kicks it off his foot. Goes up for Livingstone. And a whistle. Foul on the, on Ewing on Sean Robertson. But Jason Carter with the 3.
Wow. Yeah.
And Livingstone will go to the line for 2. 3 fouls against Ewing, 3 fouls against Sean Robertson. So his third, team's third. First shot is good.
How about that? Jason Livingstone, 6'6". He's a very, very good player here on the floor. Hasn't really left the floor a lot of time.
They will sub him out of the game, or rather, pardon for Ewing, they will sub Josiah Stevenson out. It's Josiah Stevenson in, Sean Robertson out, who picked up his 3rd foul. And that shot is good from Livingstone. Javon Ford will check back in. Livingstone with 11 points here for the Panthers. 1:53 left in the 3rd. Really fun environment. 1 possession game here between Ewing and West Tech. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters on the call. You're watching coverage of the Central Group 3 semis on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Firing inside, back over to the top, right side now. Little hesitation though, goes to Jason Carter, back to the top now for Cannon. Inside for Traylor, hesitation, Mid-range, swatted at, ball gets away, out of bounds.
Ewing just absolutely distraught, really wondering how, players like Josiah Stevenson, players like Sean Robertson, when he was in the game, just not getting these foul calls, playing very, very, getting hacked down low.
To tie the game, Terrence Traylor.
Somebody call bro. Call two. Call him. Call bro. 35 all.
Terrence Traylor, 8 points. 35-35, 1 minute left in the third. That one gets away, back behind the half-court line. Ooh. They're going to say it was tipped, though. Pump fake. Foul and one. This crowd is berserk.
This gym is shaking,
This is an unbelievable game. There are not many places in South or Central Jersey that have an atmosphere like Westampton. Again, standing room only. But at the line will be the sophomore Dickerson to complete the and one. It's good, taking a rattle off the glass, 38-35. Another couple of passes from Traylor, back to Cannon, bounce pass, left side. Firing out, good hesitation, wanted to take the shot.
Great pass.
Kicked it out at the last second, puts it up. Oh! Terrence Traylor with the three! 40 seconds, basket counts, 4-point play on the way.
Oh, bro. Oh, my good Dan, I'm sorry.
Wow. Ewing's crowd. I can barely even hear myself in my own headset. Terrence Traylor with a shot that if Ewing wins this game will be a pivotal turning point, but he cannot get the and one. Take a breather now. Wow. We've got bonuses on both sides. We'll get foul shooting here from Westampton. Damian, we got to save our energy for the fourth quarter. We've got another 8 minutes of basketball to play.
Oh, my goodness. Dan, you talked about it in the pregame, the battle of the guards. We saw him be the primary focus of BCIT's defense in the first half, and now he's coming to life. Terrence Traylor putting the Blue Devils back in this game, giving them life.
Foul was on Jason Carter. At the line is Livingstone, made his first. And his second is no good. Second chance, though, and he's got another foul. More contact after the offensive board. And it will be Henry and Joga taking his place at the line now. So, again, both teams over the bonus.
Yeah, and that'll be 3 against Stevenson. And that'll be 3 against Stevenson, and that'll be a good amount of the those two will be a good amount of the bigs here for Ewing. So you kind of see those two in some foul trouble a little bit. Stevenson will definitely get the opportunity to play in the fourth quarter, a good amount of it as well. I'm sure Robertson will check back in.
9 points for the 6'5" senior Henry and Joga. Misses his second. Traylor's going to bring this one up with 35 seconds. Wow!
Goodness.
Just Terrence Traylor, critical, putting the fifth wheel on his back. 40-40. Terrence Traylor now with 13 points, including 8 in this quarter. He'll fire out. Javon Ford, high arcing three. Pandemonium in Westampton. Now Garner gets it back out, right side. 43-40, 4 to shoot. Traylor can't get it. Westampton rebound, and Joga lets it fly, and it's high off the glass. But Westampton with a light advantage at the end of the third quarter, 43-40. This is a wild ball game, and it's only going to get crazier from there. We'll be right back after the break. Westampton up by 3. Welcome back. This broadcast is brought to you by the South Jersey chapter of the National Adult Baseball Association. Registration is open for the spring of 2026 with games starting at the end of the month. Visit southjerseynaba.com, that's NABA.com, for more information on how to register with 20 teams across 4 highly competitive divisions. Getting started in the fourth quarter, I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters. It's been a party tonight here in Westampton with a thrilling game through 3. But we've got another to play with a exciting finish on the horizon. With 43-40, it's been a great back-and-forth game. Terrence Traylor, who has been mostly withheld in these first 2 playoff games for the Blue Devils, has been allowed to unleash. Now a shot from the baseline is good to open up the fourth from Cannon.
That was a great decision
first
there.
Points of the night.
Wow, for his first points, I mean, just to put his team back down by 1, that was a great decision there by Sean Cannon. Fake the 3, come inside, pull the floater.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, it's been a sellout crowd. It has been electric all night. Deep 3. Oh man, so close. And it'll go back to Ewing. I just don't agree with the shot though. That's not the first time West Tech's done that. They're up by 1. Gotta protect the paint. Nothing there, and a foul called from the back. Traylor and Livingstone made contact. The foul is on the ladder. It's Livingstone.
Yeah, and Paul Jones, Jones,
right call.
Yeah, they've been wanting that. All game, and it's something that is very the right call.
And you know what's something shocking? Setsuaya Bird calls a timeout. That's only the second timeout called tonight. Some coaches require themselves to use all of theirs, but West Tech will do no such thing. We'll take a break. 43-42 in the fourth. Welcome back here from the home of the Panthers. Ewing will inbound this one. They're in the white and blue, West Tech in the black jerseys. 6:54 left in the fourth. Bounce pass to Aishan Cannon. Slides over to the left, he's guarded by 4. Bring this one back out to the top, on top of the Panther logo. I feel like both teams are gonna wanna slow this down. They're gonna wanna get their best foot forward, get the best shots off that they can instead of rushing. But it's still anybody's game. Cannon goes up, loses the ball, all clean. Ewing ball is what they say.
There's going to be a lot of takes to the basket now for Ewing because they can take it to the rack strong. Cannon, Thomas, seen Traylor do it a couple of times. Stevenson and Robertson aren't backing down. That's the 5 on the floor now for the Blue Devils. Paul Jones.
Ewing got the inbound off to the far corner to Sean Robertson. And now Traylor, one-on-one, foul on the right side. A little bit of contact there from Livingstone. Already 2 fouls here in this fourth quarter. It'll be the 3rd against Livingstone. Remember, Alex Genty is sitting on 4 fouls as well. He is still on the floor. Setsuaya Bird pushing in all of his chips here in the fourth. Ewing holding the ball firmly in his left hand. Now they'll pass it off to the right side. Got a man in the paint. Firing it back out. Cannon makes a man jump, goes back out to Traylor. Open look, 3, well short. Tries to save it on the baseline. It'll go out of bounds. West Tech ball. Yeah, that was pretty well short. We could tell as soon as he released it that it wasn't going to go.
Yeah, Thomas there on that corner 3.
Sometimes they just don't have the shot. This will be inbounded by Tristan Dickerson, the 6'1", 6-foot sophomore. 6 minutes left in the fourth. He's had 100+ of points, rebounds, and assists this year. Genty saves it, goes to 4. Oh, I don't know. That probably took an extra step there. They don't call those in the NBA, but it'll go up. Now they call the travel. I feel like maybe a little bit of makeup calls there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I think that both were a travel, but they had to get the second one after that first one, I think, was pretty clear, cut and dry travel on Westampton. 43-42, 5:45 left in the fourth.
Man, this is another close game in South Jersey high school basketball playoffs. This is just amazing.
Over to the top. Ewing taking their time out to the left side. Bounce pass inside. Another bounce pass. Slammed off the glass, no good. He tried to use that physical mentality to get himself forward there. We'll have two shots now for Robertson.
BCIT is sitting in that 2-3 zone, and Henry and Joga is the 5 in that zone, playing in the middle, playing in the paint, and he has his eyes forward. And Ewing can see that. A lot of those passes go to the top of the key, and when those passes go to the top of the key, it kind of almost pushes Njoga forward to kind of guard that, and you're able to see right there, Haishan Cannon able to just take that pass, quickly dump it down low. Njoga just a little bit off his man Stevenson, but he has to be able to convert on these free throws, especially the game he's been having this far down the stretch.
First shot was no good. They're going to get Stevenson ready to check in. Robertson misses both. Big break for West Tech there, as only one was needed to tie the game. Didn't get anything there. 5:15 remaining. Bobbled it, man down.
Oh, wow.
Lane opens wide up for Njoga. And it's 45-42. Fires it out to the right side for Traylor. Another pass up top. Just a lot of hot potato. Not holding on to the ball for too long. Deep three for the lead. It's off the glass and good. Get out your Windex. That's a window cleaner.
Oh, my goodness.
Triples good on the left side from Christian Thomas. It's a full timeout called by Paul Jones. We'll take a break. 4:47, tied up, 45-45. We'll be right back. Welcome back here from Westampton. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling. DAWG brings you South Jersey's premier pro wrestling organization with high-flying events and non-stop entertainment throughout the Garden State. Visit DAWGProWrestling.com for more information. We've also got an event coming up later this month at Rowan University, and also on May the 3rd, a Friday, or rather May the 1st, a Friday, at Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey, Pinelands Regional High School. Inbounded by Westampton, and Njoga returns the sender for Tristan Dickerson. Ewing setting up deep beyond half court, not letting West Tech advance cleanly, and Njoga bounces, uses the physicality, gets the roll off the back of the iron. It's 13 for the forward, 6'5". 4:30 left in the fourth. West Tech gets the lead back.
Henry Njoga has had the self-touch for the Panthers all season. So that's why Seshwai Burr trusts him for shots like that.
Ooh, good fake. Trailer blocked by Njoga, gets the hand in.
You know what, Dan? Paul Jones is livid, and if I'm Paul Jones, I am livid too. There's so many missed calls. The BCIT had a good amount of missed calls for them as well, as far as some under the basket in the first half. But when I talk about all games so far, there's been missed calls for the Blue Devils.
I also think in general, I think that, listen, I think that the referees noted this is a physical game. They kind of have to draw a line somewhere. And, if they call every single time that there's contact going up, then you're not going to have much of a physical game. You're going to have bonuses 5 minutes in. So, I honestly don't think that it's been that crazy. I just think that, listen, there's a lot of physicality. The refs have to understand the gravity of the situation. Here comes a three. No good. That would have given Ewing the lead. Now Njoga, that was Livingstone, and Setuayo Bird in a panic calls a timeout. We almost had a jump ball situation with two West Tech teammates. That was Dickerson and Livingstone, who both were going for the same real estate, and Setuayo Bird is going to make sure everybody's in check here for the final run. We've got 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A fun finish awaits. 47-45 Panthers after the break. Welcome back. Sellout crowd tonight here at Westampton Tech. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Damian Waiters. My producer is Vincent Folks out of Camden County College. Check out his work, by the way, if you're up early tomorrow. 91.5 WDBK. He's going to be hosting the morning show at 7 a.m. Also helps with the sports program in the early afternoon. Talks Eagles, Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, all of it. It's not a paid advertisement. Just want to give my friend and a wonderful producer here at DWB a shout out, especially since we hit 5,000 subscribers tonight. And Njoga working through the motions in the paint. Now moving up, Livingstone gets it to fall.
Oh, I just wonder if that could be the name of the game. And that could be the writing on the wall here down the stretch for BCIT and Ewing. Will the name of the game be like size in the last 3 minutes, 10 seconds?
Sliding back over inside, blocked by Njoga.
That's something. Oh my goodness.
That one's a beautiful block by Njoga. He's got 4 of them tonight. Bounce pass, scramble, it rolls out of bounds. Ewing ball. 2:57 left in the fourth. Checking in will be Jason Carter. He's got a triple to his name tonight. Under 3 minutes to play as the intensity in this gym only continues to rise.
And that'll be Robertson out of the game. That'll put a really, really heavy deal on number 12, Josiah Stevenson, for the Blue Devils. Take on a good amount of this size down low.
Sliding in, gets a mid-range floater.
That's a great shot.
Traylor gets it.
BCIT wants to stay on top. That's something that Ewing and Paul Jones are really comfortable with, giving Terrence Traylor.
Oh, look at this.
Goodness.
We got a hard foul there. Traylor's got 15 points after that basket. Again, he hit the 500-point mark this season tonight with his first points. They're going to get Robertson back into the game. Again, the winner of this game plays the winner of Lawrence and Middletown South in the 1v4 game. That game is in progress in the second half. Shot is good.
And talk about Alexander Genty. I mean, he's really trying to put his team on, give them more of a cushion, be able to bring them into a sectional championship.
Setuayo Bird called the timeout. Alex Genty was at the line. He knocked down both. 51-47. It's a 30-second timeout. Let's stay here. Let's take a look at the BCSL Liberty standings, as Holy Cross had the best overall record, and I want to tell you something. We're going to be there tomorrow. We've got Holy Cross versus Holy Spirit tomorrow in the South Jersey Non-Public B semis, but then Thrive Charter, a team that beat both Westampton Tech once. Westampton Tech upset them once, and then they beat Ewing as well. So, you know, it's been interesting. And then further down, West Tech is third, and then you've got a bit of a cliff to drop off of to get to 4 through 6. Yeah, Cinnamons and Medford Tech and Pemberton have not had all the best years, but I mean, listen, you get a win-win either way. by the way, Lawrence is up by 4 after 3 quarters, 44-40 after 3. So these games are going to come down to a pretty exciting finish. And honestly, Lawrence, if their game finishes first, or our game's going to finish first, some of these guys are going to be checking into the game in Mercer County with the Cardinals and the Eagles to see who will face these two teams in the sectional final on Friday night. Firing out to the corner, cross-court pass, stopped by Cannon. Oh, he crosses over Livingstone. Another pass, one hand, now a 3. No good. Would have put him within 1, and now Njoga hands it off to Dickerson. Coming out from the shadows that time to defend.
Oh, the backstab steal. That's
steal and a foul.
My goodness.
Reached in that time, Dickerson. Is that going to give Ewing the bonus here? They've got 4 fouls on the board. It's the 4th foul against Dickerson. So to count at home, 3 fouls against Livingstone, 4 fouls against Genty, and now 4 against Dickerson. They better hope that Westampton does not get any more intense into the foul trouble for the last 2 minutes of this game as it gets stolen. Not for long. Ewing gets it away. It'll roll out of bounds. Ewing ball. West Tech ball, pardon.
And Hyshawn Cannon would have had a great opportunity to save that ball and keep it in bounds to give Ewing the possession. It just kind of rolled away from him. Really don't know if that was the best pass on the inbound by Carter on the other side of the floor.
And only 4 seconds ticked away on that possession, now down to a minute 54. 51-47, Westampton leads. It'll be inbounded by Genty, who is also, as we mentioned, sitting on 4 fouls. That mark he reached early in the 3rd. Genty, they're going to call a push here. If you're just joining us, once this game is over, you might want to rewind the tape because this is a masterful ball game. 51-47, Westampton over Ewing. Central Jersey Group 3 semifinal. Pass back to Njoga. Minute 45 and counting. Dickerson on the right side. Guarded heavily, passes in. Livingstone dumps it off to DeWill Andre. Again, he's running circles right now, trying to create some space. Livingston now dumps it off into the corner. It's Andre, back to Dickerson. Livingston, and
oh my goodness!
And 1. Foul and 1 on Hendry and Njoga. And out of the game with 5 fouls is Josiah Stevenson. He has fouled out of the game on that and 1, which could be an instrumental moment in this game. So he will sub out. Now into the game is number 22 in Josiah Andino, who had limited minutes in the first half. And Njoga at the line, he'll shoot 2, 53-47.
You can only imagine that Andino and Carter checking into the game right here. These are the 3-point shooters, or the 3-point lineup has officially checked in for the Blue Devils.
Exactly. Over to the left side. They're not shooting anything yet, though, as they're going to draw the foul. That's going to put West Tech in the bonus penalty. That's 5 fouls, and it'll get charged against Livingstone. That's his 4th. So a trio of starters for West Tech is 4 fouls. In Livingstone, Genty, and Njoga. Or pardon, Dickerson. At the line to shoot 2. First shot, no good by Andino. The sophomore. Again, winner plays either Lawrence or Middletown South. If West Tech wins this game, they will look for revenge just like they did tonight over a Ewing team that beat them by 11 in the quarterfinals last year. Both shots no good, and Njoga rebound. Desperation time sets in for the Blue Devils. Still going to pass down the floor. Going up. Genty is fouled. Ball just falls out. And it'll be 2 shots for Alex Genty. But as we were saying, Ewing beat West Tech in the quarterfinals last year by 11 points. That game, for those that were on this floor for West Tech last year, did not cease from their mind. And then for West Tech, it's certainly revenge of a lesser value.
Yes.
But the Lawrence team that beat them on a 2-point floater in the Holy Cross Showcase, yes, it was a showcase game. I still think that West Tech has that game on their mind with Jeffrey Molinelli. And that shot by Blake Amos Whitfield. Both shots are good. It's a 9-point game. Ewing rolls. Genty now with 4 points. Firing over the middle. Ewing will need a lot of heavy shots. Trailer foul.
It's a lot. That's a lot going on. That's a lot going on. BCIT wanted to travel. Ewing wanted a foul call on the Njogba.
At the line will be Trailer. 15 points for him. No good. .55 seconds left. See if Ewing can cut the lead. They do with Trailer. And now in an active, again, as these guys try to get into desperation mode. Ewing will not have Tracy McGrady on the floor tonight, but we'll see if they can have the next best thing. 55 seconds left. 56-48. We'll be right back after this. .55 seconds left coming out of the 30-second timeout. Genty gets hit. They're going to say it hit off of his knee.
Wow.
Ref made the emphatic call, and it's going to be Ewing ball underneath their basket. 52.1 on the board.
This is where it starts.
56-48. 8-point lead.
Oh!
Offensive foul!
My goodness! Wow!
He drove him down, and that's a big break there. And now we've got he's down. He's hurt. He's not getting up. He's attending to his right leg. This is not good. And again, the way that I see it, I mean, that was very clear contact off the ball. This West Tech player, let's see, there's Dickerson and Genty. Okay, that's Livingstone.
Yeah, Livingstone, yeah. He cannot put pressure.
He's not putting weight on that right ankle. That's really unfortunate. If you're just joining us again, fun night here at West Tech. But it will not be fun for Jason Livingstone as he finally is able to put weight on that right leg, the right ankle.
Yeah, happy to see him make it off the floor.
Absolutely. But West Tech will have somebody else. Referees having a quick discussion at center court. They want to get Livingstone off the sideline, which I don't blame the ref for wanting that. They're going to get him back to the locker room. So pretty clear that for the home stretch of this game that West Tech will not have their leading scorer one of their leading scorers in Livingstone, who's got 14, and an easy intentional foul by Jason Carter. Both teams over the limit. Ewing will send West Tech to the line, and this is where fundamentals become oh so important. Got to hit your foul shots to win the ball game.
And who better to be at the line for BCIT and Shashwayo Bird than, you know, the number started at the power forward, number 15. Started at power forward, came in the second quarter actually, with a couple of the bigs for BCIT getting foul trouble, to play the center position, so switch from the 4 to the 5, and he's been at the 5 for probably the last 2.5 to 3 quarters. Henry Njoga.
Njoga missed his first, makes his second. That's 17. 50 seconds, desperation time for the Blue Devils. They'll move up the right side. Bonuses for each side. Pulling up in a hesitation and a foul. And Bird that time, not frustrated with the call, frustrated with his team there. Njoga picks up his second foul. And with Ewing at the line, you do not want to give them a gift like that. And it'll be Andino, the sophomore, at the line. His second trip to the charity stripe. He went 0 for 2 his first time. And now misses his second. So now 0 for 3 from the charity stripe for Andino. Oh, it just missed. Picked it up at the lip of the basket. And we have another foul, intentional on Ewing. It'll be on number 3 in Thomas. That's his first. He's got 19 points tonight. Was electric in the first half. Definitely was the protege to Traylor. But at the line here, 57-48 with a trip to the sectional championship on the line. First shot is too strong by Dykel Clark.
You talk about this Panther team, Sheshwile Bird and his deeply rooted in-depth BCIT Westampton Tech Panthers. Great size on this team. Great
Clark
size.
also goes 1 for 2. It's a 10-point game. Andino's got it. Bounce pass, right side. Trying to find somebody. Goes inside. Not going for 2. And it's good. And Paul Jones calls a timeout. So 29.5 on the board. Shot goes that time. First points of the day from that Ewing player. Actually, no. Yeah, Jeremiah Upshur got that one that time. It will be a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay here. 58-50. Damian, no matter what, if West Tech wins this game, it's going to be fun. And it's going to be a Lawrence team, assuming that Lawrence is in the lead, that is going to try to beat them twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in division play. It's hard to beat a team twice in non-conference play, especially with these 2 games being just about a month apart. That game between Lawrence and West Tech was on February 1st. And it went into our DWB Classics playlist. If you ever want to sit back on a rainy day and watch those games, they are fantastic. They are the best.
I do.
They are the best that we have to offer on DWB. As that one gets away, high pass, still beyond the half-court line, and Dickerson gets fouled. More foul shooting to come. 58-50.
Yeah, and I think
seconds.
I don't think you could really say it better, Dan. I mean, Westampton, obviously barring a win by Lawrence against Middletown South. Westampton will be looking to go into that gym in Lawrence and really seek revenge against the Cardinals. That shot, that 2-point shot, that basket back on February 1st at the Holy Cross Showcase. I mean, if I remember correctly, around the world and in, some would speak of Kawhi-esque type of shot there. Westampton really looking.
Got some heavy contact there. No whistles. Ewing gets the ball back. Westampton 1 for 2 in all 3 of their foul trips during this intentional span. We'll have another foul. I mean, this is kind of the philosophy that a lot of college teams do, where you foul up 3, except in this case, you're up 9.
Yeah.
So they're preventing Ewing from getting to the basket. They just fouled Dickerson out of the game. So that is the first foul out for West Tech, Tristan Dickerson.
How about Tristan Dickerson? A good size for a sophomore guard. He'll have 2 years under Sheshwile Bird as Thomas misses his first to play for his BCIT Panthers team. He has really good size for such a young player. He's not afraid to put his body on the line, not afraid to draw offensive fouls on the other team.
That one's no good, and Njoga gets the rebound. Will they hold? They do not. Gets a push from Carter. And we'll have more foul shooting with 13 seconds. But Westampton letting it settle in. Group 3 sectional championship very likely on the way.
Things are getting a little chippy, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're in the intentional fouling stage. Ewing, most likely, they're upset that they're probably going to lose this game. As the first shot goes from Genty. I'm more making note of the fact that this Westampton team, they were denied last year in Central Group 3 to this very team. This team ended their season this time last year, 1 year and 4 days ago. And Alex Genty makes another. They're 12 seconds away from turning the tables and ending Ewing's season. And Dino can't get the three. The clock has stopped. Now it's just resumed. West Tech will hold. Welcome to the Group 3 Finals, Westampton Tech. (61-50) the final score tonight, as Westampton Tech will go to the Central Jersey Group 3 Final for the second time in 7 years. Last one in 2020 before the COVID pandemic, and they won in back-to-back years, as noted by the banner. Westampton pulling away when it mattered the most. And what a game. They send Ewing out of the building. And after being upset by Ewing last year, the only ones upset are the ones on the visiting bench. As a 61-50 final. What a thrilling night, Damian.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the previous head coach before Paul Jones, Shelly Dearden. She's consoling some of the players that she's had as some of those players that are juniors and seniors on this team. She had them as JV players, as younger guys. So she's consoling them over for Ewing. But we talked about it in the pregame. It was really going to be a battle of size. Henry and Joga 6'5". You talk about Jason Livingstone, there it is, 6'6". Even he got hurt and had to get out of the game late. It was a really great deal inside for BCIT. Ewing, Josiah Stevenson ended up fouling out of the game. Sean Robertson, they did everything they could to stop it. It was a great deal of basketball. This was a great 4 quarters. Somebody obviously had to go home. Somebody had to go home and be out of the playoffs, and BCIT made sure that wasn't them.
Exactly. I mean, listen, they were denied last year. I say it like a broken record because it's a storyline that is not erased from the players' memories. When you lose to somebody, think about the Holy Cross Rancocas Valley game. When Rancocas Valley beat Holy Cross in the Borough Code tournament last year, and I spoke with Jordan Owens after their emphatic 41-point win over RV during the Borough Code semifinals, he said, we didn't forget. And that applies everywhere. These players, they have a good memory. They understand the gravity of the situation. They understand the gravity of what this sport, what this game means to them. And the opportunity to compete for a sectional final is something that Westampton Tech wholeheartedly deserves. This is a great team. They, won by single digits over Middletown North. They made me a little bit worried. But then they took care of business over Burlington Township, a team that they beat when we were on the air on Valentine's Day in the Burlington County tournament in the quarterfinal. So, at the end of the day, I think about it in the sense of this BCIT, this West Tech team has a lot of heart. They have a lot of talent. Hopefully Jason Livingstone's okay, because Lawrence is going to have I don't want to say they'll have a good time, but they're certainly going to have a bit of a leg up if Jason Livingstone's not in that lineup. And that's not a diss against West Tech. That is to show how important Livingstone is to the team. So if he's not going to play on Friday with that ankle injury or with the leg injury, whatever it may be, that could certainly hurt the Panthers, assuming that Lawrence moves on. I mean, it's still anybody's game. I don't have an update on that game, to be honest with you. Again, Lawrence was up on Middletown South, 44-40 at the start of the fourth quarter. I'm not sure who or how the game has progressed since then. We can't get Twitter in the building, so we'll have to find out when we walk through these doors. But final score tonight, 61-50. My player of the game, I don't know if I want to give it to Livingstone or Njoga. I feel like Njoga was a lot more consistent inside. I feel like he's the guy I got to give the lean to here.
Yeah, absolutely. Henry Njoga, number 15, played the 4 and the 5 here for the BCIT Westampton Panthers. He had a really good game, had a soft touch inside, had a had a couple of shots outside that were questionable that Sheshwayo Bird definitely probably would have wanted to take back in real time. But on the defensive side, he was there was nothing negative to speak bad of about Njoga. Played beautiful defense, was able to come together in the 2-3 zone that the Panthers really sat in for the majority of this game, and was let nothing his way. Even when they transitioned into their 1-3-1 and him being in the middle, he was just a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side of the ball, truly, and add a little bit more of the offensive side of this game that he has already had and that BCIT has already seen this season. He's my player of the game, too. He really put it together tonight.
Yeah, and let's talk about Ewing for a second before we go off the air. I mean, listen, this team gave BCIT West the run for their money. You had 19 points from Thomas, 16 points from Traylor, Bro. I thought that at the end of the third quarter when he hit that wild three, had that 4-point play, I thought Ewing was actually going to have the advantage. I just didn't say it. And I really think that Westampton Tech deserves a lot of flowers for overcoming that.
Yes.
Because that could have been very difficult to block out the noise and defend the home floor, because they were starting to fall into that same trap that Ewing put them in on this floor a year and 4 days ago. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Ewing played really well, 2 double-digit scores. Thomas and Traylor. Thomas had the first half in scoring. Traylor had the second half. There's not a lot of teams that can play like Ewing. There's a reason why. In 3 seasons as head coach, Paul Jones has had no less than 17 wins in every season in Ewing.
This is really great basketball. In the CVC, even though Ewing takes a hit, they'll come back next season, I believe, even stronger and better. These BCIT Panthers still have to travel up to Lawrence and face a really tough Cardinal team in also a very Group 1, almost a Haddon Township-like gym. That's a very small gym up there, so it'll be really interesting to see how they bring it out. And Central Jersey Group 3 is just great basketball. We've seen a lot of great basketball over South Jersey in high school. It's been a beautiful basketball season.
Well, that'll be all for us tonight on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. I cannot stress that enough. Your support is why we go on the air every single day. But from our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Caleb Lane, Carson Rosso, and Fisher Giannotti, my producer, Vincent Focht, my color commentator, Damian Waiters. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow in Delran for the South Jersey Non-Public B semifinals between Holy Spirit and Holy Cross. Final score, West Tech 61 and Ewing 50. Have a good one, folks.